You can spread out, come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Start to slow down your breath. And let go of whatever's not needed here now. Any physical tension that you can release. Setting aside whatever mental projects you've been working on. And just allowing yourself to be here feeling this, that this is enough. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. And let's start by sliding just the right arm overhead and stretching out through just the right side. And see if you can keep the left side really relaxed. Big yawning reach through the right, letting go through the left. And then release. Slide the right arm down, soften that, stretch the left arm really long, reaching through just the left side, letting go through the right. And then release both arms and legs, letting go. And then take both arms overhead, stretch out long through your whole body. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release. Bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, maybe a little jiggle or a rock. And then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling, just enough so you get a hamstring stretch. Flex and point your foot a few times. Deep flex, full point. Circle your ankle, couple big circles, both directions. Bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the left leg. Let's release, bend the right knee, bring it across. Spinal twist, open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And feel free to explore within the poses, with movement, with touch, with your awareness. Staying in your twist. Try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal. Right arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then release. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. And take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. Feel what's touching the floor as you move. Grab hold of just your left knee. Drop the right leg long and squeeze this knee in close. Little jiggle or rock. Straighten your left leg up. Flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle. A couple big circles, as big as you can make, feeling what you're doing. Both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left. And then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. And then release, bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee, feeling around here. And then straighten the left leg on a low diagonal. Left arm on a high diagonal, fingers and toes reaching away from one another. Release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock. And then make your way up to sitting. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Feel free to sit up on something if you like, a blanket or cushion. And we'll take the right arm up, bend it straight back on itself, grab your elbow, and take it back as far as you can, exploring within the pose, really feeling what you're doing, being curious and interested. Let's release, right arm up, open out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in as close as you can. As you do, draw back through your right shoulder so you're still square across your chest. Let's release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back. So back of the hand is at your waist, interlace fingers at your waist. Pull your knuckles around towards the front, elbows go towards one another, and then circle your right shoulder, inviting the creakiness. Some of the sensation you might categorize as comfortable, some as uncomfortable or pleasant, unpleasant, but see if you can welcome all of it. Let's keep fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the heart. You can stay upright or fold, and folding might be just dropping your head or coming part way or all the way to the floor. And then release, come up, hands to knees. Round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin. Roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Take your left arm up, bend it straight back, grab your elbow, take it back. And sometimes what you might be noticing is the difference on the two sides. And while we go towards balance, sometimes there's difference, inviting that as well, welcoming it. Let's release, arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in close. As you do, draw back through your shoulder, so still feel the chest open, even, torso nice and long, all four sides. Let's release, arm out. Thumb points down, wrap it around. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, other thumb on top, knuckles towards front, elbows towards one another. Circle your left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest. And then fold any amount. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then release, make your way back up. Let's come onto hands and knees. If you want to pad your knees and you have something, you're welcome to put a little cushioning under there. Hands shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. Let's take a few rolls through the spine. Lift your head and tailbone, arching, and then round. Draw the belly in. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back and dip part way or all the way to the floor and press up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down, elbows hugging the sides of the body. If going all the way down is too much, just do what feels right. Maybe it's just lowering 1 or 2 inches and pushing up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down. Press up. Round. Arch. One more time, dip down. Press up. Round, and then sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Finding a relaxed position for your neck, your shoulders, your back. And set a little association for yourself that each time you come to your rest, slow down again. Slow down your breath. Invite yourself back to the present moment, feeling what's right here, right now. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Walk your hands around through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's come up through tabletop and into downward facing dog. As you come into down dog, just like in each pose, start with what you know, however much or little that is, everything you've learned. Attend to the details you're already aware of. And then can you still turn on curiosity? Let's walk hands and feet towards one another and hang in ragdoll. Set your feet hip width apart, knees can be bent a little or a lot, and choose your arm position. You could just let arms hang, you could link your elbows, you could use some support through your arms like elbows on thighs or hands on ankles. See if you can let the weight of your head drop. Feel how your head can lengthen out the rest of your spine. Bend your knees a little bit more and slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time, stacking up. Coming all the way up to standing. And into mountain pose, Tadasana. So you might adjust your footing. Feet can be together or apart. Make sure they're parallel if they're apart. Bring some awareness to your core, drawing the belly in to support and make space for your back. And lengthen up as tall as you can through the top of your head. Next inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions and rest in a pose that feels like a rest for you, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, something else. One more deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold, let your head release fully. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's take the right leg up. Bend your knee in. Start circling this bent right knee in the biggest circle you can make, feeling what's being stirred up. Go as slow as you need to, so you're taking it all in. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a bit higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward. Let's take a low lunge. You can drop the back knee. Feel free to pat it by rolling up the side of your mat or putting a blanket under there. And you can have hands on the floor or blocks. Could also bring hands to your knee or hips or arms up. And you can change your mind at any time. One more breath. Release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Take your hips back. Hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward. Flex your toes back and adjust your hands so they're right under the shoulders as high as you need them. Can come right up onto the highest setting of the blocks. And we'll go in the direction of hips square, in the direction of a flat back, in the direction of folding. If you want to go in the direction of splits, Hanumanasana, you could also slide that front heel further forward. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. To release, bring both hands to the inside. You can bring your blocks with you, adjusting into lizard pose. Turn out through the right foot, shift your weight forward. You can come down onto hands or elbows on blocks or the floor. And And then explore. Do you want to shift your weight more to the left or right? Turn the right toes out more or less. If you'd like to add a quad stretch, you can bend the back leg, reach for it, draw it in. And then release. To release, let's come back up to plank height. So you can plant your hands shoulder width apart, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, shimmy your right foot a little further down, and we're gonna come into side plank, coming onto your left hand and outside of the left foot. Lift the right arm up. You can stay here or take any other variation, stacking legs, dropping the bottom knee, taking some variation with the top leg, breathing here, feeling whatever it is you're choosing. And then release. Make your way to down dog, however you want to get there. Slow, deep breaths. From down dog, take your left leg up. Bend your knee in and start circling, as big a circle as you can make, feeling what you're doing. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. And reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. Low lunge. Feel free to pad the back knee, adjust the distance between your legs, maybe grab blocks for your hands, and take whatever arm position you like. Lots of options. Maybe something similar to what you did on the first side. Last breath. Release. Hands to the floor or blocks. Take the hips back. Inch the front foot forward. Flex the toes back. Hamstring stretch. And you can choose your challenge. You get to adjust the outer shape so you're at your edge, not beyond it. If you did slide forward on the other side, feel free to try that again. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Bring both hands to the inside, lizard pose. Turn out through the left foot, shift your weight forward, and then feel around, finding your way here. If you did add a quad stretch or take some variation on the other side, try that again. As you release, you can bring both hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift hips to plank height, shimmy the left foot a little further down your mat, and then lift the left arm, side plank, and take whatever variation you did on the other side. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to a good rest. Letting go. Let's come onto hands and knees and then up to a tall kneeling position. Feel free to pad your knees, rolling up the front of the mat or using a blanket. And try and bring the pelvis to neutral. So if your hips are tipping back, tuck the tailbone. Hands to the top of the buttocks. We'll do camel pose. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. Lift the chest. So instead of collapsing to your hands, you're lifting up like there's a magnet in the heart floating up to the ceiling. And you're welcome to keep your hands at your buttocks or reach back for your feet. If your feet are a little too far, tucking your toes will give you a couple of inches. If it's still too far, you can use blocks or keep hands on buttocks. And head can be forward, up, or dropping back. Let's release. Take a seat. And then same thing again. If you want to take it a little more gently, you're welcome to. If you want to take it deeper or do the same thing. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest in child's pose. Spreading the back, letting go. You might reach back for your heels, pulling against them and tucking your chin for rabbit. Let's release and find your way back to down dog. Any movement you want to take is welcome. Let's take a pigeon pose on the right. Slide your right knee forward, scoot back through the left leg, help your hips get as low as they'll go, and then settle towards the floor, releasing. Let's take our time releasing, feeling each moment of the transition. The transitions are just as much part of it. If you have anything under your hip that's in your way, you can move it. So you can lean to the right, slide the left knee forward, and then shift over onto the left hip, slide the right leg back, adjusting into a good pigeon pose on the left, maybe tending to the angle of the front leg, any props. Find a good arm position that supports you. Letting go. The letting go is continual. What is there to release now? And then a moment later, what is there to release now? Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. If you have something under your hip that's in your way, move it so you can lean to the left. And this time bring your right foot all the way to the outside of the left knee, getting set up for a seated spinal twist. Both hip bones grounded. And you could also do this with the bottom leg straight, whichever works best for you. Right hand to the floor behind you. Use that hand to help sit you tall, get your spine nice and long. Left arm hugs or hooks. Inhale, sit a little taller. Exhale, rotate, look back over your shoulder, and then breath by breath, see what's possible. Little more height, little deeper twist. Last breath here. Release, unwind, and switch. Bottom leg straight or bent. Left hand to the floor behind you, right arm hugs or hooks. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Keep going. release. Take a little windshield wiper side to side. Just let your knees flop one way and the other. Feel what's touching the floor. Feel what's being stretched. As you're on one hip, you might rub that hip into the floor, a little self-massage. And then straighten your legs out. You're welcome to have a little lift under your hips if that's useful for you. We'll get set up for a seated forward fold. Hands can support you on the feet or on something around the feet like a strap, or on the floor, wherever it's most convenient for you. Going towards length, towards folding, and drop your shoulders down. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. So I'd like to give us time for a shoulder stand if that's a pose that feels good and safe for you. If that is not a good idea, don't do it. You could do legs up the wall or a block under your sacrum. So I'll show a couple options. If you know what you want, just come right into it. So for shoulder stand, you could try rocking legs overhead, bring hands to the back for support, inch your elbows in towards one another and take legs up. Going towards hips right above shoulders, ankles right above hips, but your body will naturally modify at an angle if it's too intense to be straight up. And really be honest with yourself. Does this feel right? If it's not feeling right, come on out of it. So the alternative is a block under the sacrum and legs up in the air. And that can be done against a wall, with or without the block actually. And very similar, just much more gentle. So choosing one of these options, breathing here, or choosing something totally different. We are moving towards the end of class, so this is a time to listen to your body. Give yourself what you need. You can stay as long or short as you like. You can take any leg variations, whether you're in shoulder stand or on a block or legs up the wall. There's lots of variations you're welcome to try. And whenever the pose feels complete, take your time coming out of it, whether you're rolling down from shoulder stand or plow or moving your block out of your way. And check in with your body. What would feel good next? What would be a good ending to this practice for you? You might finish with a twist. You might take a gentle back bend like supported fish or fish. There may be something else we haven't gotten to that you'd like to do. More important than what you're doing is that you are feeling what you're doing, giving it the time it needs. And eventually coming into your final resting pose, getting as comfortable as you can. letting go of all the doing, all the control, and just resting. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and your wrists and ankles, just bringing some movement back in. And you can take a big stretch out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in and roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And we'll bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And you can let that gratitude expand out in all directions. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.